What's up, guys? Here with my buddy Kenny we're at a Dan Kennedy seminar for the weekend. That's a whole different topic though, about business. But I want to do the my experience with steroids part 2 tonight. Some people had questions on what I had talked about before, and I know Shane, you complained about the music in the background, so I won't put any music there this time. So, for those of you that missed, the reason I do experiment with steroids, my testosterone level's always been low since I've been testing it with my doctor. Anywhere from the 200 range to low 400s, which is not acceptable for a male of my age. So we would go on, he'd prescribe 20 weeks on, 10 weeks off. We started with 250 milligrams a week of testosterone and enanthate, and then that put me a little too high, around 1200. I'm going to find my blood work for you guys so I can show you the numbers. So then we backed off to 200 milligrams of test and enanthate per week. Puts me right about the 1,000 level if you look at my blood work, which is upper limit normal. Feel great there. Energy's good. Sex drive is up. Definitely stronger. And coming off, I wanted to talk about that tonight. Coming off the first time from 250 milligrams a week was very difficult because as you raise your testosterone levels artificially, your estrogen levels come up. When you come off of that testosterone, for me it was about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, estrogen levels stayed raised. So I was crying like a little bitch. It felt like it. Watching movies, I remember you could ask my wife Devin, she'd be like, "What's wrong with you?" I'd get all like weirded out, but very depressed too. I became until I figured out, how to deal with it. And coming off, I've never gone on Clomid or anything like that. HCG, never had to do any of that stuff. Again, I'm doing very low levels. I'm doing it under doctor's supervision. I'm doing it legally. Don't think anybody that's a young guy or a young male who's not done growing should be doing it. So all in all, the experience was great. Now the question is, do I continue to do it? I haven't really done it since the spring because there's an upcoming bodybuilding show that I want to do in May, a natural show. If I'm going to do that show, I'm not going to go in it even though it only put me at par with the other guys, but I don't think it's right morally if I'm doing a natural show. If I decide to go back on it, I'll compete and I won't do a natural show. See how I hold up against those guys, and I think I'll do pretty well. So this is my experience part 2, and I'm going to let Kenny take over maybe with some questions here.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, do you think you could achieve the same or similar results naturally without steroids that you achieved with steroids?
If you look at, there's two sides to that question. If you look at like pro bodybuilders and what they're doing, most pro bodybuilders, I should say, IFBB, then no, you cannot achieve that level naturally. If you look at my buddy Tim Martin, who's an IFBB pro, won the Team Universe in 2008, he almost qualified for the Olympia, lifetime natural. I mean, he's pretty damn close, but he only weighs, I think Tim's competing at 202, 203. Compared him to the 270-pound guys. Now, me, myself, personally, if you look at when I competed, I was not on any testosterone therapy at that time, versus when I most recently used. I was bigger when I competed. My weight when I would use would be, sit around 230, which is a natural weight for me. Body fat might have been slightly lower. Again, coming off though, and I decided I'm going to compete again this year. Just recently I started implementing some of my bodybuilding training, some of my hybrid training. And I'm up to 237, much bigger. Strength is held. So that shows me that I can surpass what I can do on that minimal level. Despite the fact that I have lower testosterone levels. And I've been correcting that, I believe, through some nutritional practices. But, what I've always learned and read is you need 300 milligrams or more per week to really get muscular growth. So I'm not even at that level. but I can tell you the effects were all positive. Besides that first time coming off of them, so depends on what you're trying to do and who you're talking about. If you can achieve that level naturally.
Cool.
Did that answer the question?
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. So that was there you go. That was my experience with steroids part 2. I'll keep you posted as I go forward, whether I go on it or stay off of it for now. And I want to get my blood work done soon to see where the level is at. Actually, I just got it back. I got to pick up the blood work. The doctor said it's still low, but I want to see exactly what the numbers were. So if you have any questions, post below or shoot me an email.